I think today we are discussing about the topic is called dynamic lookup cache. So we see the dynamic lookup cache how we implemented by using SCD in mapping we see now. Okay, we go for the mapping. We create the dynamic lookup cache with the mapping. Here we see and how it will work. So we discuss in this mapping only. Okay, now I am taking here two tables that are source table is s underscore customer dyn. So which is having customer ID, customer name, mobile number, and city are the fields. And we are having that core table is customer key, customer ID, customer name, mobile number, city, effective date, end date, MD5 checksum. Here we are using MD5 checksum for 32-bit unique value. Here we see we take our source from here, source. We give the connection, Oracle underscore source. We are creating here s underscore customer underscore dyn. Now we go for expression transformation here. Of x expression transformation. We take expression transformation, expression. Here we create three fields that are one is MD5 checksum, MD5 checksum, which is a string, it is having 32 bits. Okay, and we configure this MD5 checksum with the MD5 function. It generates 32-bit hash key value. I am concatenating all the fields of our source, and we have to compare with these values with the target. If it is changes, we go for the updation. If it, the MD5 checksum value is not in the target, we go for the insertion. So we validate this. It is validated, and we take another thing is one effective o underscore in underscore effect date here, which is a format of date and time, and okay. And we are giving that the effective date is the system date. Okay. And another one is o underscore end date, which is a type of date and time. Okay. We have to give end date to underscore date. The date is the format of 12 31 999, comma, which is in the format is DD YYY. Okay, we validate this. We converting this date type to date, and we are assigning to end date. Now we see we go for the lookup transformation. Here we look the values from the target. Go for the lookup object, target value, and we take here our target value. Our target table is t underscore customer dynamics. So we do no need to give a truncate. We do not need to give any truncate. So we go for the lookup condition to resolve the names. Uh, so the names are matched here. That's why the source values I am giving here src underscore for source one. So our condition is here the customer ID of a lookup field and the incoming field means our source customer ID. If both are equal, we are giving the condition. Okay. Then return fields, go to advanced. Here we have to enable. Here we have to enable dynamic lookup cache. Dynamic lookup cache and output old value on update. So what is dynamic lookup cache? It indicates whether the lookup cache updates as the task runs so that the cache stays in synchronization with the target. The task build the dynamic lookup cache when it processes the first lookup request and then queries the cache based on the lookup condition for each row that passes to the transformation. It inserts and updates the cache with the same data it passes to the target to insert and update. If dynamic lookup cache is enabled, you must map all the lookup fields with the incoming fields. We have to map here. Okay, then we go see here, we enable this output world value on update, which is defined with the world value of our output ports will be output when updating a row in a dynamic cache. And also we have to enable this insert and else update. So which is insert the record and if the cache is not found and else update it, the flag is used for dynamic lookup cache. Okay, we go for the return fields. Here we have to send the return fields. The return fields are we remove this all, delete this, yes, and the ignore comparison of both. We have to check with the MD5 checksum. We are only comparing MD5 checksum of input and output means the source and target here. Go to the field mapping. Here we do the field mapping, that is the customer key. If we don't have customer key, so simply we map the source customer ID, and for the customer ID also we map the source customer ID and MD5 checksum. We are mapping with the source MD5 checksum value. We have to compare these things. Now this is the lookup condition we are given, and the field mapping also we did, and the return field in the advanced we enabled. Here we enabled here dynamic lookup cache, output old value on update, and insert else update. Next we go here we are getting in the return field new lookup row. So whenever the new lookup row becomes 1, we go for the insert. Whenever the new lookup row becomes 2, we go for the update. We see how it will come in this example. So now we go for the router transformation. So router, we take the router here. The router or here on, okay. In the router, we have to create output groups, new group, that we configure here, go to advanced. So here new lookup row. When the new lookup row equal to 1, we take insert. Another one, we take update. Here to advanced, that new lookup row value equal to 2, we go for the update. Okay, we did insert and update, and we are having a target. So the target is here. We have to take the target for insert. For insert, we have to map insert to this insert, and we take here the values, target values. So we take the target thing is here. T underscore customer dynamics. We are taking the target. Don't truncate and this one. Go to field mapping, and we have to give here a customer key. So the customer key is a unique key. So how do we get the unique key? We get the unique key from sequence generator. We can get the unique key from the sequence generator. Go to sequence generator. So incoming fields, and this is the thing, advanced, disable incoming fields. So we have to disable incoming fields, and we map this to our insert target, our target one, and go to target fields. These are target fields and mapping. So we have to map this next value to this customer key, and this customer ID we give the source customer ID and the source customer name, source mobile number and source city, and we are having, we are giving here source o underscore effective date and source o underscore end date, and the MD5 checksum value you have to compare with the source MD5 checksum. Okay, now we are set. So now this one. So I have to go for the, this one is the insert operation. I go for the update of now. The same thing we have to map to here update, and same sequence we have to map here for update. Let's see the field mapping. So this is okay now. Now we have to go for the update. So whenever the we data inserting the data into the target, so the effective date end date will change. For that we change here, we go to update, and so this one is this update insert, it update insert, and which is update, it update the dates. Okay, now we see here the field mappings. Now the customer key value is not there, so here we have to map the customer key of source to, we have to remove all, we are updating here, updating the date with the customer key, and the here the effective date is there na. So end date, the end date of the source of the effective date, we have to map these two only, remaining things we keep same only. The end date becomes the effective date of the new record. Okay, whatever we are inserting into this. Okay, now we go for the lookup transformation. Here we give the lookup override query. So here we take only the effective date, end date things only. Here we see our target is having which one, end date, EAND underscore date na, END underscore date equal to 2 underscore date, and which date we are taking, 12 hyphen 31 hyphen 999 comma, which is the format of hyphen dd hyphen yyyy. So we are only taking from the output target, only the end date is having, which is same. Okay, now I am saving this one, so which is valid. Okay, which is valid. Now we are creating a task. Can I run here, or whether we have to create a task? Tell me. No, we have to create a task. Why? Because we are having a sequence. That's why we go for the. So first we give the name for this. So dynamic m underscore dynamic new dynamic lookup underscore new. I'm saving with the name m underscore dynamic underscore lookup underscore new. Now we go for the creating a task, mapping task. So have empty underscore dynamic lookup new. So the runtime environment is selecting desktop here, and I take here dynamic m underscore dynamic and lookup new. Select. Okay. Next, and the sequence current value is 1, initial value also 1. And we go for the next, and we take go for the finish. Okay, the mapping task is created. Before running, I show some how the new lookup row port will execute. I'm going for the preview. I'm running the preview. here we see in the lookup transformation, we go for the preview of the data, how the data is going to insert into the target. It is generating. So here one is used for insert. Whenever the new lookup port is become one, so data preview failed, no data can be returned. Internal failed, global customer support. So why is giving error? Now I go for the lookup properties, lookup object. Now we see, so update we see here. So in the update, we have to update na. We go for the data driven here. We go for the data driven. We configure this DD update here and click on OK. And which column we are taking? We are taking customer key column. So we take OK and we go for the save. So we have to preview this data. Now we have to preview this data. Generating preview. It takes time. Checks with the data preview failed. No data can be returned. So it's giving white giving. Okay. Now first we execute this mapping task. Then we see how it is come by it is coming. We see this mapping task is executed or not. The server is busy here. The mapping task also failed here. Failed to initialize transformation lookup. Contact Informatica Global Customer Support. Internal error. It gives an internal error. Why it is giving error? We are taking source here, customer dynamics only. So we are getting the data here. Underscore. So here we are getting the data, and then we go to expression transformation. There we see expression. So MD5. Oh yes. Why it is giving error? No. This is MD5 checksum is 32-bit string only. System date, effective date is fine only. Now we go for the lookup object, target or active single object, lookup condition, customer ID equal to SRC customer ID, field mapping. We are giving customer key, so customer ID, customer MD5 checksum only. Return fields only MD5 checksum. We are giving the return field. Ignore comparison. The advanced we are giving end date equal to 200. We remove this one. What happened? Let's see. Okay, and again this one. I think there error is here. Condition we have to give in the source filter. That's why it is giving error. Okay, these two records are inserted here. Let's see here. Uh, the target p underscore customer dynamics. So now I am changing the data in the source. Now I am changing the data in the source table. This is Ravi Kiran is there na? Instead of this, I am giving K Ravi Kiran ready, and I am saving this one. Now this is source. Now we go for the mapping, m underscore mapping. We go to the lookup condition there. So we see preview here. In the preview, check run preview. Click on yes. Generating preview. See the new lookup rope, what how the value is. Now we look here. This new lookup rope value is a 2 and which is modifying here. It is going to modify. Okay. Now I am executing them in task. Giving warning then. So it is not storing in the update insert. It's going to update. Now we see this update is giving error. Picture is one database record. Protocol unique constraint violated. The unique constraint is violated. Table is having any more primary key. Unique constraint is violated. Why it is giving error? Can anybody guess? Can you, because it is we are executed in the mapping level. So again, it is uh, uh, the value of customer key repeating from month. That's why it is taking. It is unique constraint is violated. Now, if I executed mapping task, so if I executed mapping task, then it will not give any error. Giving error. Go to mapping and see here sequence updated. Date update. Field mapping, the customer key and the source. And see the update insert and the fields and the project. Okay, everything is okay. We that why it is giving any constraint. Now we see the structure of this target. Mm, So customer debugging. So customer key is not null. Okay, remaining things are okay. Then update field mapping. if I check some value, next value, here we are getting, and we are inserting into this one. Field mapping, customer key, the lookup condition is customer ID equal to field mapping also we did here. Upon update to save, lookup, in the lookup source filter we give this one end underscore date equal to underscore date, comma hyphen dd hyphen yyyy. Can I save it here? And I'm going to run the mapping task. Oh, you see here, one row is processed. Here inserted means one row is inserted into the target. Now we see select star from customer ID, it becomes this one, and the data, whatever the data we are given, 5534, 5334. Vikiran is modified now 5324, and this end date is given as a 5324. Now the existing records, what are existing records? 5324 and 55324. If I am changing this source one, this Hyderabad to uh, Madras, now we see in the mapping level, we see here the lookup preview, run preview. Now it will run the data. I change the name. See here. The changing lookup row, which is the data is there now. It's changing only the it is Madras, and again it's going to store the data, and only it retrieves the only 1231.99. Why? Because we are giving in the filter curve. Okay. By using this new lookup row, we are creating SCD type 2. Okay. Understood? Please subscribe and like. Thank you.